Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, we all here must have known in the name of drugs. If you don't, I will briefly explain. What is drug? Narcotics or substances or drugs that are natural, synthetic, or semi-synthetic, which cause a decrease in consciousness, hallucination, and excitability. Currently, drugs are threatening our young generation because, according to data from the BNN or National Narcotics Agency, as many as 2.2 million teenagers in 13 provinces in Indonesia are drug abusers, and this has increased to 24 until 28% in 2019. Of course, the data is very worrying and will currently have an impact to, in the future on the future of the nation, which is held by the youth today. In this speech, I will explain to you about three reasons why we should say no to drugs. The first reason is drugs can ruin your life and destroy your future. There are many examples of people who use drugs. They look messy. In fact, taking drugs can make us do bad things. If we are addicted to using them, self-harm, stealing, lying to parents, and robbing to get drugs. Of course, it will ruin our lives and our future. On the other hand, drugs also make our behavior change, become angry, depressed, and don't like to socialize. This will certainly have an impact on our future who needs to be social. And the second reason is about health. Actually, drugs are medicine if used in appropriate doses. But it will become a disease if used excessively. The dangers of drugs to health not only cause dependence, but can also invite heart disease, cause change in brain nerve cells, hallucination, impaired quality of life, and even death. So drugs don't only attack our psychology, but also our body health. The third reason is shame is shunned. The third reason is shunned by our family and loved ones. In Indonesia, drugs are items that very strictly prohibited and can be a bad thing if caught using them. No matter how we no matter how we hide no matter how we hide it. Drug users have unique characteristics that are of course easy to find out. So, of course, if we use drugs, we will be shunned by our family, even the people we love. Not only that, we will we will also be very we will also they will also be very disappointed, especially the parents. My lovely audience, my lovely audience. So the conclusion is say no to drugs because drugs are very destructive things, ruin our lives, damage our relationship with family, and damage our own bodies. Let's free our young generation from drugs so that Indonesia can move forward when today's young generation becomes a drug-free leader. Because one way to prevent drugs is start from environment around us. So let's fight drugs. Ah, belum selesai toh. Gitu ya. Dari Mbak. My lovely audience. So the conclusion is say no to drugs because drugs are very destructive things, ruin our lives, damage our relationship with family, and damage our own bodies. Let's free our young generation from drugs so that Indonesia can move forward when today's young generation becomes a drug-free leader. Because one way to prevent drugs is start from environment around us. So let's fight drugs together for the better future of our young generation. Maybe just that I can tell you about my speech. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.